Hello everyone, and welcome to today's tutorial on how to design a personalized treat bag using Photoshop. In this video, I'll walk you through the step-by-step process of creating a custom treat bag that you can personalize for any occasion, whether it's for a birthday, a special event, or just for fun. This tutorial will guide you through the design process using Photoshop. So, grab your creativity and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to open our treat bag template to be located in the folder. We open it, everything is good, it's blank. I already have some graphics open in Photoshop, so we'll just grab and drag them onto the treat bag template. So this would be our sides. So we just grab it, edit, free transform to get it to the size that we want. We drag the top, the bottom, and the sides to the perfect size that we want. Looks good. Then we edit, copy, edit, paste, and then we just drag that onto the other side as well. It's not big enough, so we free transform and drag the side. Perfect. Next, what we want to do is, we already did the bottom side, we want to do the top. So we need the graphics. I don't think I have the graphic I wanted for the top opened, so I guess I will have to go into the folder to get that. Okay, so let's open the folder to the file that way, to select one, to select a graphic. Okay, we'll do this side. This one will be our side because it's nice and tall, so we use this for the sides, both sides. So we'll just grab the sides, we size it, and boom, that's good. Then we're gonna edit, copy, edit, paste, and we'll drag that to the other side as well, because we want to duplicate the sides. Perfect. Okay, so now once more we want to do the top. We want to do the top of the treat box, so we have to find the graphic that we can use. So let's see which folder we can use. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Let's use this one. So we drag this onto the canvas and resize it. So we just pull in the sides, put it to the top, and adjust these sides, the corners, to the size that we want, and deselect it. Then we're gonna layer, arrange. You want to send that to the back. So it's to the back, but it's not. So we need to make some adjustments because I want it to be perfect. Because I don't want it also to go to the other side. The side, yes. So we pull that over and adjust it. I want it to go down some more because yes, let's pull down this a little more. Yes, let's pull it up, push it back up so that we can see the logo on the side. Perfect. So that looks good. So we're gonna select the move tool, copy, paste. We can't see it, so most likely it's to the back, somewhere to the back of one of them. So what we're gonna do is select the layer, arrange, go down to arrange, bring to the front. Okay, it's there. So we just drag that in place, and layer, send to the back. We want to go to the back. Perfect. So our box is setting up nicely. Our treat bag is setting up nicely. So we want to do one of the sides now. So we're gonna drag this graphic over that has the cake with the 3 candles, because the child is 3 years. So we're gonna drag that. That's also to the back. So we're gonna layer, arrange, bring to the front. Perfect. Okay, it's too big, so we just free transform it. Use the free transform tool and drag the sides and arrange it to the size that we want. Looks good. That looks good. Perfect. Okay. That looks really good. So now we go back into the file. We want the photo of the child. We already have two. We have two of them. We have a cropped one and we have a full body one. But I don't think they are. Okay, yes, they have a background, a white background, but we want it without the white background. So we're going to open that in Photoshop. Select open with Photoshop. We select both of them and open both of them in Photoshop. Okay, but we do the crop one first and then we'll do the other one. Select open in Photoshop. It didn't open the first time. Okay, good. So now we want to take out the background. So we select the eraser tool, background eraser, and hit that. Background has disappeared. We want to zoom in because there's some white spots there. Okay, we didn't get it, so we undo that. And we want to zoom in some more. So we view, zoom in, so we could get the area that we want. Page up, and we hit that. Delete. Perfect. Okay, there's a spot right over here that we want to delete, so we'll delete that as well. So view, zoom out, view, zoom out. Okay, so now we could drag this on the treat bag canvas. Good. So we have to readjust the size. So free transform, edit, free transform, and we just drag the size in. And we resize it to what we want. But we don't want this to the back of the cake. So we deselect it and layer, arrange, send backward. Perfect. We are now to the back of the cake, so we can resize it now. So edit, free transform, and we pull out the sides to the we give it the size that we want. So we'll eyeball it and see how it looks. Okay, looks good. So we want to drag the bottom, pull the bottom up a little bit so that some of her is, yes. So we do that. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we could pull down this a little, yes. So like she's behind the cake, and that looks good as well. Okay, so now we could delete this. No, we're not saving it. So we find the folder and we want the tall body one now. So we right click, open, select open with Photoshop. Again, minimize that, minimize the folder and wait for it to open. And we do the same thing again. So we're going to delete eraser tool. We want the magic eraser, hit that, and we'll zoom in again for the white spot that seems not to go away. So we'll zoom into that and delete that white spot. Perfect. We'll also erase this little spot that's there. Okay, good. So we'll zoom back out and then we'll drag this picture onto the treat bag template and resize it. Okay, we want this photo to be on the other side of the box. So we'll edit, free transform, edit, free transform, and we just drag in the sides. We'll adjust the sides so that we have the size that looks good to us. Okay, we can do the bottom, the top, but we'll drag the sides a bit. And you do that until it looks perfect to you. Okay. Put in that, you drag that down. Looks good. It looks good to me, so we'll deselect that. Perfect. Okay, we close out that because we don't want too many tabs open because it tends to slow down computer. Okay, so next, what we're going to do now? What we're going to do? Okay. We go back into the folder and we want I think let's choose the number 3. Let's put the number 3. Pull the number 3 onto our canvas. Yes, let's do that. Okay, so then we free transform and we size it. We want to put it into that little box right there by the cake. Okay, so part is to the bottom, part to the top. So we're going to arrange it to the front. Perfect. So now we want to free transform, edit, free transform, and bring it to size. So we put it into that little pink box. That little pink box, we're going to arrange it, the 3 to be in there. Okay, we can't see it that well, so we're going to zoom in. View, zoom in. Let's zoom in some more. View, zoom in. Okay, we can see it now. Okay, and we want to arrange the number 3. Okay, let's zoom in some more because we can't see it that well. So, okay, so we want to, yes, so it doesn't touch, or just doesn't go over the line. Could probably touch the line, but it doesn't go over. Okay, good. Doesn't go over the box. Set it nicely in the box. Looks good. So we're done. So we zoom back out. The view, zoom out. View, zoom out. Sorry, we zoom in. Let's zoom out. View, zoom out. View, zoom out. Okay. We can see our template once more. So what we want to do now is to locate what we want to locate. Let's see what we could add to this. What can we add? Okay, we want to add the logo. We have a plain one. So we're going to open with Photoshop and the one with the original logo with the name on it. Edit, open with Adobe Photoshop. So we want the 2 logos. One plain, which we'll put her name on, and one with name. Okay, but if you can see, one looks dull and one looks darker. So I want the color of this one to go on the original logo with the name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, not the brush tool, I want the fill tool, paint bucket tool. So we select the paint bucket tool and I want to change it to a darker blue. Okay, let's copy it. Let's not do that. So let's close out that. Close it out. Okay, good. Okay, we're gonna locate that the dropper tool. Oh Lord, I changed it to the white. So let's go back, undo that. Eyedropper, use the eyedropper tool, Alt, and the eyedropper tool will come up. You click on it, and then we click on the blue that we want to change, and all the areas that had the light color, we just click on all those areas. So now we have both the same shade of blue. Okay, the name on the logo, I want it to be a bright pink. It's kind of dull, so let's select that. Let's shift that. I want to change this to a darker pink. Okay, that's the light pink. Let's go darker. That looks good. Okay, let's change. Okay, go on a little lighter. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so we have the color that we want. So we just click on each letter or each area that we want, and it would fill in the color that we want. Hold on, undo. Select, undo. Once you mess up, you just select, undo, and continue until all the areas that you want, color has changed. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is drag both of these logos onto our canvas. So let's start with the let's start with the plain one first and arrange it with the area that say happy birthday. We just cover that up. So we're gonna drag it, then we edit, select transform, and make it the size that we want. Because in this box we're gonna type the child's name and turns 3. She's Nikayla, turns 3. Okay, we want to send that backward because it's on her head. We don't want it to be like that. So arrange, send backward. Edit, layer, arrange, send backward. Layer, and we do that until it's where we want it to be. Layer, arrange, send backward. Oops, sorry. Let's bring it forward one. Undo. Okay, we'll undo that. Okay, so now it's behind her head and it's where we want it to be. It looks a little small to me, but we could always change, edit, free transform. Yeah, let's make it a little bigger. And so we're gonna drag the sides out. I think we may have to go down too, but let's leave it like that a little until. Okay, so now we are ready to pull the other original logo and onto the canvas. We want it right to the top. I don't want it in the center. I want to put it to the side a bit. So we'll edit, free transform, and once the sides, we pull the sides out and down until it blends into the plain one. Okay, good. We don't want it too big. So we just adjust it to where we want it to be until it looks right. Looks good, so we leave it like that. Okay, so now we want to type. Okay, before we type, let's copy and paste them to the other side while we have it. So we copy and paste the plain one, and then we'll copy and paste the original one with the logo. Okay, edit, copy, edit, paste, and we just drag that. And you make sure the move tool is selected when you do that. That allows you to move everything around freely. Okay, so we deselect the move tool. So now we want the text tool because we want to type. Yeah, use the horizontal. We want to choose the font that goes with it. So we look for Peppa Pig font because that's the font we want. We want it to blend in. Perfect. So now we're ready to type her name. So you click on the canvas and you just delete whatever it would have automatically put in and just type in whatever you want. This time is the child's name, so we'll type it in. Okay. Nikayla. Okay, it's too big, so what we'll do, we select the move tool, move it into place, and then go edit, free transform, and pull in the sides so that we could resize it to what we want. Okay, so we look at it and make whatever adjustments to make sure it's perfect. We just pull out the side a little bit more. Okay, we can leave it like that and just drag it up. Okay, what we don't want the name to go up over the original logo because this box is basically, we're going to use it for the name. So that is finished. So we're going to select the text tool again. We want to type turns because we want to type Nikayla turns 3. So we free transform, edit, free transform because it's too big, and we bring it down to size. We size it to make sure it looks good. And you just make whatever adjustment. Okay, it looks like we don't have enough space to type the turn, so we might have to adjust the back plain logo area so that we could make some space. But in the meantime, let's see what we can do with this. Okay, we deselect it and we're gonna move, edit, we transform, we want to bring down her head a little bit because we don't want her in the way. Her head not to be not in the way. So we deselect that. So then we're gonna move edit, free transform, and what we're gonna do. Okay, so over here on your right, turns, we select that so we could free transform, use the free transform to edit, free transform, and we pull down, make it a little bigger because it's too tiny. Okay, that's good. So we deselect that. Now we finish with the turns, I think. Okay, we want a copy of the 3, so we edit, copy, edit, paste. Wrong thing. So we undo that. Undo. So we look for it over here. Okay, and we click on the move tool. Check it. To check it, we could just move it to see if that's the correct thing that's selected. So we just move it. Okay, that's the right thing that's selected. So we just edit and undo the move. Edit, copy, because no, that's the one that's selected. And edit, paste. Perfect. So we have it there. So we just drag it using the move tool. Drag it into the place. Drag it into place that we want it to be the exact place. So it doesn't look good there, so we'll have to move it or make it a little smaller to get it closer to the turns. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I think we need some more space with the back. Yes, let's make this a little bigger. Okay, yes, that looks good. So we have to move her head down a little bit as well, I think. Okay, no, it looks good. It's not in the way. Okay. So whatever, we'll make some small adjustments so that it's perfect. We want to make it perfect. The 3 is a little under the H, so we'll have to move that a bit as well. So let's move her head down a little so we have some space to work with. Okay, so we could move it, yes. Bring down that so it doesn't touch the name. And we could let's make the name, a little bigger. Yes, we can do that because we have the space now. Okay, so next, let's move down the turns a little. Yes. Looks good. Looks good there. So now we have to... okay, yeah, so let's move the 3. We'll have to make the 3 because 3 is touching the H. So we have to edit, retransform, make the 3 a little smaller. Yes, so it doesn't touch the H, the bottom of the H. Okay, and yes, perfect. And we can now drag the name out, make it a little bigger because we have the space. Good. Nikayla turns 3. Okay, that's good. So now what we're gonna do next, let's see what we're gonna do next. So one of our side looks good, almost there. So over here now, the second side, we want to type happy 3rd birthday Nikayla. So we're going to type happy birthday first, change the size, put it into place, and we're going to type. Once we select it, happy, we give it a couple spaces, yes, because we want to use the same number 3 over there, so you're going to need more space. You're going to need more space. So we're going to finish with that. So we're going to edit, free transform, and adjust the size for it to fit in the area that we want it to fit. Okay, so we're going to test some different designs here with the happy birthday to see which one looks better. Okay, so we made whatever adjustment to the sides, the top, the bottom, and we deselect that. Looks kind of small, so let's double click over here, find the happy birthday, double click it, and let's try to put the birthday to the bottom. Yes. So all we have to do, click it and press enter, and it will send it to the bottom. No, let's bring it back. Okay. We're just testing some different designs with it. I don't like that, so let's undo that. Undo. Yes. So let's do the free transform again. We'll double click it and click somewhere in there, press enter, so the happy and the birthday goes down. Okay, this looks better. Looks bigger. It looks better. Okay, so we'll do some free transform to get it to how we want it to look. I like this. I prefer this one. So let's keep this one and just do the free transformation of it. Okay, we don't want the happy to touch the first logo, the original logo. So we'll have to, within our adjustments, we have to resize it and make sure it doesn't touch that white line. Okay, so we want the 3, so we edit, copy. We already selected it. Edit, paste. We copy in the number 3. Okay, let's leave that. Let's leave the 3 till last. Should we? Yeah, so we're gonna select, let's leave the 3. Okay, the Nikela, we already had it type written over there, so we just edit, copy, and edit, paste. We'll edit, copy, and edit, paste, and then just move it instead of having to just retype it. Okay, it's there. So we'll just select the move tool and put it over there instead of, so we did that. We didn't have to start typing over again because it was already there. So we just copied and pasted it over there. So now we just free transform and get it to the size that we want. So we'll play with it to make sure that it's a size that looks good on the canvas. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna draw the sides, free transform it to make sure it's the size that we want. Okay, the blue logo canvas behind, it's a little small, so we free transform and make it bigger and just drag it down a bit because we want some space to type the name. We don't want it to be too small because we have space on the canvas. So let's just arrange it so it's bigger. Okay. We might have to move her picture down a little bit. So let's move it out of the way. Yes, that looks about right. That looks about right. Okay, perfect. I think that's perfect. So deselect it, and then let's draw the blue. Yes, let's change that size. So select, free transform, and we'll bring it down some more. So we have some space to type her name, for her name to fit comfortably on that canvas. Okay. Okay. No, we drag it down. Yes, looks good. That looks just about right now. So let's just arrange them properly on the canvas. This one we have to drag it down as well because we don't want it up on the first one. So now we're ready for the number 3. So we copy, paste. Good. So we just drag it into the area so for it to say happy 3rd birthday, Nikela, and then we'll have to type. Once we put that in place, the text tool, and we type behind it, and we just put RD so it reads 3rd. Okay, we may have to make some adjustments because of the size of the 3 and the position, so we will make these adjustments now. So let's move it around a bit until it's in the position that we want, and space. Okay, we did that space. Probably look a little too. Okay, let's free transform this a bit so that it holds, that it shows comfortably on the canvas. Perfect. So we have to move the 3 now into position. Okay, that looks good. Perfect. And we're getting there. Okay, so now we need some of the graphics on the front to match the theme. So let's go back into our folder and get some graphics. Let's choose this one with the balloon and just grab it and drop it on the canvas. Resize it and we drag it into place wherever we feel that it looks best. We make whatever adjustment, make it look a little more festive. Okay, so we pull the sides out and we make it how big or how small we want to. Okay, so we use the sides. We bring in, we pull it up a little. This looks good though, so we could deselect it. Okay, so we get in there. So next what happened, I want to type the birth date on top of the cake. I normally put the birthdays to the front, but on this side we'll just do it so it wraps around the cake a bit. Well, the pink isn't blending well, so we'll have to change the color of the pink. We'll change it to white. So double click and select. Once the color comes up, we're gonna select white, and we okay with that. Okay, next. Okay, so we have that, but what I want to do is design it so that it wraps around the cake instead of it being like that way, like straight. I want it to wrap around the cake, so I don't want it to be like straight like that. So let's start over again. So I'll just undo that. Select undo, and let's type it again. Okay, the pink is selected again, but I don't want a pink. So let's change what we're gonna do. Okay, so we'll double click it over on the side. So yes, the warp, we're gonna change the warp to lower, and then we adjust the shape to what looks right. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we'll wrap around the cake. So we just drag it into place. We'll double click on it over there, and then we'll change the color to white, and then change the information in there. So now we type in 16th March 2024. Okay, and then we edit, free transform, and we just drag the sides in. The sides on the bottom, on the top, to what we want. Make it look like it's wrapped around the cake a bit. And we pull in the side, bring down the top a bit because it's a little over. Looks good. This looks good. So we deselect that. Deselect the path tool. And one side is done. Basically, we're getting there. So what do we do now? What do we do next? Okay, what do we do? Okay, let's copy her large picture and put it to the sides so it looks like she's to the sides. Yes, edit, copy, edit, paste. We selected the large picture, the full body picture, and then once we arrange it where we want to put it, we'll edit, free transform, and bring it down to size. Okay, that looks good. Okay, that's looks good. So now we edit, free transform. Oh Lord, I selected something else. So let's click somewhere out there. Okay, we don't want to apply, so don't apply. So then we go back to edit, free transform, and then we bring it down to size because we want it like small so that it blends in with those two to the side. And we bring it down. Good. Looks nice and neat. Looks good. And we deselect the path. Good. So that small one now we move tool, edit, copy, edit, paste, and we just move it and set it into place, similar to what we did for that side of the box. It looks good. Okay, perfect. So we make whatever little adjustments to make sure that it looks good. So now we want a background. We always use a background on our treat boxes. So we want something plain. Anything can work, but let's find something that I think, we'll find a graphic that I think would blend in with that. Let's use this one. This one looks good and plain and nice. Okay, so once we drag it onto the canvas, we resize it. Doesn't have to be perfect, just cover it so that it covers the entire box, cheat box, and deselect it, then layer, arrange, we're sending it to the back. So now you see everything is defined, the size, the bottom, and that's our box. So we're gonna save it now. File, save as, select the folder you want to save it. It was already saved. A version was already saved, so we'll save it over. And you just tell it okay. And our file is saved. Then we're gonna let's put the 16th of March. Normally I would put the birthday on both sides, but this one I didn't. So let's do this one. You could do it or you could not do it, but let's do it. So we'll put the birthday on this side as well, because we only had it on the one with the cake. So it's to the back. We typed it, but we're not seeing it. So we're gonna select layer and arrange the front. So it's to the front now. So we edit, free transform, and we'll just adjust it to the size that looks good to us. You could make it how big or how small, or just put it anywhere you want. But I'll just put it normally put them to the bottom of my design. So I don't want it to be too big, so it takes away from it. Okay. That's it. Okay, somewhere along the way we lost the last graphic that we put on it. So now let's go back and get it. So we locate the folder, the graphic, and we just drag it back onto the canvas. We wait on it. We resize it, the top, the bottom, and we move it in place exactly where we want it, and we resize it to how we want it. So while we do that, yes, looks good. We bring in the sides and we make whatever adjustments until it's perfect in our eyes, and then we deselect it. Once it's perfect, we make whatever adjustments. Okay, that looks good. we deselect it, and then now we're ready to save it again. So we'll just file and save. We don't have to save as, we just save because we already saved it already. And we want to export it, so we file, export, export as. So we'll export it as a JPEG file, and it's a big file, nice for printing. If you look at the size, it's 3000 something, 3000 by 2000 something pixels. So we print that and we save it. We export it and we save it as a JPEG, and that will be our file that we'll use to print out to make our bags. It's already there, so we just tell it yes. That's it. That's it. Thank you. And there you have it. You successfully learned how to design a personalized sheet bag using Photoshop. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and that you are now inspired to create your own unique sheet bags. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tutorials like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the